Right-click on Gusset Plate.
Select Create View, then 3D View of Part on pop-up menu. Press Ctrl+P to switch to Plan View, so that it's easier to create the polygon cut. Now, we are going to use Polygon Cut tool to cut this gusset fit. Fit to knee stiffener. Navigate to Edit tab, then select Polygon Cut. Pick the gusset for object to be cut. Then pick the points within the part to create the polygon. Now we are going to copy this gusset to the right 149 mm. Select the gusset, then press Ctrl+C to copy. Pick the lower left-hand corner for the original point. Then move the mouse cursor toward to the right edge of the web plate, until the perpendicular symbol appear, left-click for destination point. Delete this polygon cut. Now let's modify this stiff plate a bit. Select the part to highlight the handle point. Hold down the Alt key, when drag the mouse to select two lower points. Right-click to show pop-up menu. Then select Move Linear option. We move it to upper edge of knee plate. Do the same procedure with the right edge of the plate. We change the width of the stiffener plate. Change the thickness from 8 to 5. Now we are going to weld the copied plate to the web of the column. Navigate to Steel tab, then select the Create the Weld Between Part tool. Select the web for the part to weld to. Then pick the stiffener plate for the part to weld to. Now we are going to use the tube gusset 20 to connect the other end of the tube to the web of column at grid 2. Now navigate to the other end of the tube at grid 2. On Application and Components dialog box, search for Tube Gusset 20. Double-click on Component to open up the Tube Gusset properties. Then load the Tube Gusset _01. We change this one to 30 mm. And this one to 20 mm. And the last one to 14 mm. And save this setup as Tube Gusset 02. Select Web of Tapered Beam for the main part. And pick the tube for the secondary, then click middle mouse button to create the connection. Now we are going to use the Create Beam tool to create the stiff plate for this tube gusset connection. Double-click on Beam on Steel tab to open up the Beam Properties dialog box. We input part prefix, assembly prefix, part name, part profile. And then material. Pick the first point, then the second. Now, the stiffener plate orientation is not correct. Navigate to the Position tab. Add on Plane option, select Right, then Modify. To roll up the stiff, in Rotation option, select Back, then Modify. Extend the start endpoint 50 mm. Now weld this plate to web of the rafter beam by Create Weld Between Part tool. We are going to copy this gusset plate to the far side. Pick the gusset plate, then right-click to show pop-up menu. Select Create View, then select 3D of part from the drop-down menu. Switch to 2D view by press Ctrl+P. Pick the gusset plate, press Ctrl+C to start copy command. Now pick the left end handle point of gusset plate for origin. Move mouse cursor toward to the right edge of the web plate until the perpendicular symbol appear, then left-click. Now we are going to weld this copied plate to the web.